everybody. Hi, how are y'all doing today? What is up? What is up? What is up? Hi, how are y'all doing? Sharice Johnson Moore here, your hope builder, lifting you out of your sorrow. Lifting you out of your sorrow now. I'm lifting you out this sorrow. You know, I like uplifting people out of their sorrow, to see the Christ within and to give you that through scripture and practical application. Yes, 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 yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Instagram, how are y'all doing today? It is time for Let's Talk Sunday. It is time for Let's Talk Sunday. Hello, everybody on Facebook or on Periscope, Twitter, of course, and for those that are on YouTube Live. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and how are y'all doing today? It is a pleasure to be here. It is a pleasure. I'm glad you're joining me today. So, my topic for today is don't let fear stop you. Please do not let fear stop you. Don't let stop you. Sharice Johnson Moore here, your hope builder, you know, out of your sorrows to see the Christ, to help you see the Christ within, through scripture and practical applications. Hello, it is a marvelous time. It is time for Let's Talk Sunday. And you are in my office. Yes, you are. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Okay, so this is the thing, y'all. I was sitting here watching this movie, right? And the movie is very, 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 very instrumental. Okay. And I don't know if y'all seen IP Man. I don't know if y'all seen IP Man. Okay. And the thing is, in this movie, yes, it's a movie, okay, but the point of the movie is that someone comes into the Japanese invade China, okay, not P Man, it's China Man, okay, and the thing is that what he does is the Japanese take away their rights, Japanese take away their sovereignty, Japanese take away their hope, Japanese was taking away everything on this invasion, right, into China. And during this movie, during the movie, you see IP Man has this thing about himself. And the thing about himself, he wants to, he still has that fire in him. Where the Japanese came in and took everything from them and made them live poor, took away their food, their resources, things like that, right? But IP Man was the type of person where he says, well, it's still not going to take away my dignity. It's still not going to take away my self-esteem. It's still not going to take away the things that I know that I really like to do or I am willing to do for myself. So I say this, right? I say this on a multiple, many ways. Don't let fear stop you from doing what you got to do for yourself. I know sometimes it's hard for us sometimes to have this feeling of, we dealt with so many people putting us down and giving us this kind of attitude like, oh, you ain't worth nothing, you'll never amount to anything, and I know what I know. I've had to deal with that myself as a child, where people were putting me down, making me feel bad about myself, told me I wouldn't amount to anything, told me, you're just this, that, this, and the third, right? And I didn't have the courage to speak up for myself because that kind of sentiment that's coming from your family members. Okay, we going there. Family members that they had this derogatory attitude of always saying negative stuff to you and they don't understand the connotations or the implications of what this may do to your self-esteem. I know your self-esteem has been hurt. I know that your self-esteem has been rocked to the core. I know that your self-esteem has been, how could I say it, demolished. I know how that feeling is when you're trying to, you want to become something, and then you got these people in your life that never have a good thing to say to you when they talk, when you ask for help and they run you off with the stuff that they say. It's it's negative attitude, negative. It's negative. It's just negative. Just a bunch of negativity, right? And sometimes that wears out our soul. That wears us out. That wears us out, and it's a thing of you get tired of dealing with people in that vernacular. You get tired of dealing with people in that kind of lifestyle where they have nothing good to say and they don't have nothing positive to help you with and they don't want to help you, and they be like, and you have to find it within your soul. You have to find that within your soul to have an understanding of their words do not apply to me. Excuse me. That their words do not apply to me. You have to let it run off your back like duck off water. Water off a duck's back. Know that saying. And the thing is that sometimes, hello, how are you doing? And sometimes you have to turn around and get this attitude of, I ain't doing this for them. I'm gonna do this for me. I'm gonna prove to myself, because those people really should not be. They should be irrelevant. Today I'm talking about don't let fear stop you. So getting back to my story about IP Man, he had this way about himself. He still had his self dignity, even though you could take everything from me. You could take everything from me. You could take my clothes. You could take my house. You could take all the possessions in the house. You could take everything from me, but you can't take my dignity. That's the attitude we have to have when it comes to fear. You can whisper in my ear. You can say all the stuff you want to say, but you can't take my dignity. You cannot take my dignity. You cannot take anything from me, because I have a God within that gives me everything. Everything don't come from you. Everything does not come from you. Do you give me breath in my body? Do you give me activity in my limbs? Do you wake me up in the morning? Do you have this powerful thing about yourself where you control everything about me and what happens with me? No, you don't. Okay? So that's why we have to tell fear every day. We have to tell fear that you do not have no dominion over me. Sometimes we are so afraid. We're so afraid to walk out on what God is telling us to do, that we worried about, oh, what Aunt Susie gonna say, and what Uncle Bill gonna say, and what my sisters or brothers gonna say. Excuse me, they ain't God. They not God. Not God at all. Not God in any kind of capacity of a way. And we have to have it within ourselves. We have to know who we are and whose we are. I belong to God up above. I belong to someone that is more powerful than you, that's more richer than you, that's more is got they on a complete another level. God is on another level that you ain't got nothing to do with. And sometimes we have to get to that point where we are not afraid. We can't be afraid to go after our blessings. We can't be afraid to go after what God asks us to do. That comes to writing. That comes to motivating others. That comes to if you're a chef. That comes to if you want to write your scripts. That comes with if you want to, start a business. Whatever you want to do, whatever in this mind, God created us to be creative. So do not let other people's opinion of us get us stuck over there in the corner somewhere, and they ain't got to look. How my grandma used to say this. You got so much of opinion, you ain't got a pot to piss in or when to throw it out of. That's what my grandma would say. And we can't let other people's opinions, other people's what they see. Or I'm ready. I'm ready to go there. I'm ready to go there. I'm ready to go there because this reminds me of so much when I used to be out there on drugs, and they said I would never be anything, and I would. Oh, she just a crackhead, and she ain't gonna amount to nothing, and she just hoe and okay. Hey, everybody got their phase of they were on a downward spiral, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot to come up out of that downward spiral. Might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, but it's gonna happen because God got some other plan for you to do. Okay, we got to remember that God created us to be He created us to be creative. So don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about what this person. Don't worry about that. That's something that you need to even take off the plate. Take that off the plate. Worrying about other people's opinions. Take it off the plate because it should be irrelevant. When you see yourself in a new light, and that light is just saying, "Oh, I'm bright. I'm beautiful. I'm marvelously, wonderfully made by God above." No one can stop you on what you do. Fear has that capacity to take all the brightness away. Fear has all the capacity of stopping you and start and stop and start and stop. But you can't get stuck. You can't get stuck. I had to tell myself that. I really had to tell myself that. When I had those three deaths in my life, one behind another, behind my grandma, my dad, my mom, that kind of woke that didn't kind of wake that woke me up. Okay, it woke me slam up. Okay, because then I started thinking to myself, I want more out of life, and I don't want to leave this earth with just my kids thinking, well, my mom is a crackhead, my mom is this, my mom is always she never got time for me. Oh, my mom is never there, And the thing is that you have to have this capacity of pull yourself up. Keep doing what you're doing. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but it will happen. But it also has to come with how much is you willing to sacrifice to get where you're going. Okay, we work a regular job. I'll give you this example. You work a regular job, right? You working for the man. You working, right? They hit you with all these taxes on your paycheck, and then before you know it, you don't really have no money to bring home. But you got this idea over here, this hobby. This hobby is it's a hobby, right? It's a hobby. It's something that you just do on occasion to take a break from your mind, always on working that regular job, or getting up, go to sleep, get up, go sleep, go to work, go home, go sleep, go to work, go sleep. The same rotation, the same rotation. And sometimes we're afraid to step out on our to save to my grandma used to tell me, if you really want to do something, you'll save up for it. Now think about if you lived in the 1920s or 30s and the economy is not like it is today, right? My grandma used to tell me this all the time. She says, if I wanted something out the store, I go in, talk to the manager, and then I turn around and pay on it every week. I leave it. She said, I leave it in the store. Now, this was a concept I didn't understand until I got older. She said, I'm going to leave it in the store until it's paid for. Then I get it when I make the last payment. Because then it's in my house and it's paid for. And can't nobody come get it from me because it's paid for. The repo man ain't showing up at door. The the people ain't come take my TV. You know, they used to, you know, back in the day, my grandma did. She said that's what was prominent in their neighborhood. They would go to the stores and the people would get the job, and then they paying for stuff, right? They paying for stuff, and then they turn around and they lose their job and stop paying for stuff, and then turn around and then people come pick stuff up out your house. Okay, she said, I don't care if I had to save $5 a week. Whatever it was, I saved it. You have to get out of that field of being living paycheck to paycheck. That's another field. All the money you spend, I have resorted to this year coming up. This is my own resolution to myself as I'm not getting my nails done this year. I'm not getting my hair done this year. And I could do that at home. That saved me money. I am strategically saving my money for a whole year. See what I come up with. And just put money in the bank, put money in the bank, put money in the bank, right? But you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to step out on faith on some of these things. You know you got to change. Fear also comes with not changing what you already doing. Oh, well, I don't know. I gotta look good. I gotta have my nails, my feet, my face beaten. I gotta have my hair laid to the side. Okay, yeah, I got an afro. I'm happy about my afro. Okay, but my thing is I decided to get out of that fear tactic, and I got some things that I want to do for next year. I got stuff planned for next year that I'm trying to get it done. I do not have time to waste my money on almost $100 every $100 in a month for my hair and my nails. I mean, well, for my nails and my feet. I'm gonna say nails and feet is $100. Then if I get my hair braided, that's another $100, 125. Depends on what how well it has to. Think about that. You got 100 and then 125 between 100 and 125. Think about how much money you could save if you just stop spending that money and saving it. Phil also has us in this thing. I got to look good. If I don't look good, I don't make no money. Work around some things. Work around some things and save and see how much you save. See how much you save. Take time out, sit down, do a budget. That's exactly what I did. I sat down, wrote down everything I was spending, what I'm spending my money on, what I'm spending my money on. Did a budget. I said, okay, I could cut this out. I could cut this out. I could cut this out. I could cut my nails. I ain't got my nails done, my feet done, or my hair done. If I do get my hair braided or something like that, I probably get it like just straight backs or something that's not gonna be expensive. Not no 100 to $125. Okay, it's called budget. Sometimes we have to turn around and come out of that. Come out of that. I'm looking. I want to look good, but I ain't got no money in the bank. It's called broken bougie. Okay, broken bougie ain't it. Broken bougie. Because when you want to have a business and you want to change that hobby to a business, you have all your money sitting there, and then you don't have to. Oh well, I could just get the EIN is free, right? But I gotta pay to register my business with the state. Depends on what state you live in, how much money you gonna pay. Okay, say I ain't got this plan. I want to open my business. I want to leave this job. Okay, you got to plan ahead and stop diverting from your plan. Stop diverting from the plan that you have for yourself. Oh, I'll do it 1 minute. Okay, yeah, I'll do this 1 minute. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I see these shoes I want to wear. I want to buy these shoes. These shoes $200 and some dollars. Okay. See what that $200 some dollars could have went to you turn around and getting your inventory for your business for next year. You want to start your business and change that hobby into an actual business. It's strategizing. It's called sacrifice. Sometimes we that fear shows up as other subjects in our life as sacrifice. We don't want to sacrifice nothing. We don't want and then we always talking about, oh well, I'll be glad when somebody give me some money, and you'll be waiting to hell freeze over on that one. And and the thing is we have to get out of that fear of being we comfortable. We are comfortable. We are comfortable with being where we at, and we like it, and it's like, but just nagging on your shoulder, just nagging. When you gonna start the business? 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 Okay, and you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Oh, I'm gonna do it next month. I do it next month. Well, a whole year gone. You ain't saved nothing. You haven't strategized. You haven't tried to sit there and just come to I want change in my life. Change is the opposite of fear. When you start changing things in your life, when you start changing things in your life, you walk away from fear. You walk away. It's slowly but surely you pulling away. Surely but look, fear over there, but I'm going this way. I'm going this way out, and then we got to learn how to love ourselves, child. Or what if don't nobody like my product? Don't nobody like my book? Don't nobody like this? Excuse me. But God will send you the people that He needs you to work with when it comes to your business, whatever that business may be, whatever the book is about, whatever it is, you have to stop worrying about other people's opinions, worrying about what other people gonna think. Because God, if you talk to God first, then you're not worried about the people. God will send you the people that He wants you to make the money with, and that He wants to throw this money your way. He wants you to gain this insights. Where all right, I got this product and I want to do it, and okay, all right, but I don't know if they're gonna like it. See, God don't like double-minded. You got to either be with it or you ain't. Hey, you got to be with it or you ain't. The thing is you have to make up in your mind to walk away from the things that are holding you back. I had a friend of mine, right? And they how could I say this? Have you ever met people that they got all these skills? They got all these skills. They got some skills, boy. They got skills. Okay, like I had one friend. They're a chef. They write scripts, and they do some mean DJing, right? But because of what is happening on the inside of their mind, they're worried about, is somebody gonna tear their stuff down? Is somebody gonna come attack them? Is somebody gonna come, because that's what they dealt with in their childhood, and they're bringing their childhood issues into what's stopping them from doing what they're supposed to do. And I had to tell that person, I said, look, I know you live on this edge of fear, but God is not the creator of it. And you have to find it within yourself to walk away from that childhood fear. Yes, it stemmed from childhood issues, but my thing is, I've dealt with childhood issues too. Well, I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was pretty enough. I didn't think I was worthy enough. I didn't think I could do this, because I got told, "Oh, you stupid. You stupid. You don't know nothing. You stupid. You don't know nothing. You dumb. You don't understand. So be quiet. Go over there and sit down. Be quiet. You don't know nothing, or you'll never amount to anything." I see a lot of people that have come a long way that amount to something into themselves. See, what really matters is that it what your opinion is what you're doing. Your opinion is what you're doing. Don't worry about what everybody else saying and doing. Do you stay in your lane? See, a lot of us want to be in everybody else's lane to give them look. Stay in your lane. Do what God asks you to do, and you be all right. Sometimes it just calls for that. And then we got to we got to change that. And then we got to who we hanging around, who we hanging around, who is we hanging around, who is we got in our circle. Excuse me, I got a little cold. And the thing is that sometimes we have to start hanging around people that don't want nothing. Fear keep you hanging around the same people that don't want nothing. They don't want nothing. They want to get that, and then you got that group, them people that call themselves your friend. Oh, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? And when you asking them for something, oh, I ain't got it, ain't got it. But you need to leave them people alone. Get around some people that's doing something. Fear will keep you in the same circle too, cause you be that. You know how the hens. You know how the eagle has a nest, right? He got a nest, right? She had little chicklet babies. And mama pushes them out to make sure that they are able to fly. And if you don't fly, you'll hit the ground. That's how they do. They push you out. It's time to go. And then one makes it. Okay, he flies off and everything. Flying. Oh, I'm soaring now. I'm soaring. But then you still got the mother chicklets still in the basket, still in that basket in the nest, still sitting there, and they hating on you. Let them hate, honey. Let them hate. Okay, let them hate. Let them hate, 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 hate. Let them hate, 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 hate. Let them hate. They look good, cause they still where they at 2 years that from. Think about it. You take your time and you take your time and you plan out this exit strategy away from these friends, away from these people that don't have nothing good for you, that's sucking you dry and keeping you in that state of fear because they ain't got no future. They not thinking about nothing about, oh, I'm just living day to day. I'm happy right where I'm at. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm good where I'm at. I don't need to go nowhere. I'm good. you know. And then that same mindset that had him, you be gone off, became a millionaire, and you moved away. And see, this is how I see my future. This is how I look. This is how I look at myself because I see myself going back to where I used to live at in Portsmouth, Virginia. And my thing is that I go back there and people still doing the same thing. They still doing the same thing, still getting high, still doing drugs, still prostitute, they still doing the same thing, using everybody they can come across, and it's like, man, ooh, nothing changed around here. The last time I went home, was in Virginia. Everything changed in Portsmouth. Like Portsmouth totally did a flip the flop. And I was like, man, I don't miss this place. Because the place is that I used to go and frequent, I went back to visit some people, and it's like y'all still doing the same stuff. You ain't changed, and it's like, have I changed? And then you realize it's you that done the changing, not them. That's a good thing. Changing your people, places, and things takes you away from the fear that you was encompassed in that situation. And we can't get stuck, and we can't. Okay, all right. Say you work a regular job, right? I'm gonna give you this. Say you work a regular job. Okay, you go to your regular job, but you make T-shirts on the side, right? Okay, I don't care if you gotta make. Hey, you know, you gotta make time for that side hustle, right? You make time for the side hustle, right? Okay, make time. Make time until it becomes a business. Make time, and and it's called. We have to learn how to schedule ourselves. Sometimes that fear keep you in that same circle. I'm gonna go to work, get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, and it. But I got this. I really want to start this business, but I'm still go home, go sleep. It's called you can't work yourself to death doing the same thing over and over again and think you're gonna get the different results. It is not gonna work like that. Okay, we have to make time for things that are important to us. That's another thing about change. Change from from being fearful. We have to step out. That's another part of stepping out of being not don't don't let fear captivate you and keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. You have to step out. You have to step out on faith. You got to, or you'll be in the same place you was in 20 years from now. It's got to start somewhere. Where okay, well, let me see what I'm working with this money, or let me see if I can work this or work. It all starts with just stepping out one step at a time. And if you don't have the money to pay, this another thing. This another thing that stop us from following our dreams. Oh, I ain't got no money. Okay, I don't got no money. Okay, it's called do the research. Do it. It's more than one way to skin a cat, as my grandma say. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, what I mean by that is, if you write a, I'm gonna give you this example. You write a book, right? You want to write a book, but you don't got no money, right? Who, child, do you know? Yes, you're gonna have to do your research on how to self-publish your book. Okay, that's another topic for later on this evening for Arthur's Extra Sunday. And but my thing is, start somewhere. Start somewhere. Do the research. Okay, how much does it cost for a copyright? How much does it cost for an editor, proofreader? How much does it cost for how much does it cost? Hello, how y'all doing? Hi, Instagrammers. Thank you for joining. Let's talk Sunday. And the topic for today is don't let fear stop you. Okay, so when I decided to write my book. I didn't have no money to start off with. I didn't have no money to start. I didn't have no money, none at all. Okay. But my thing was I did my research. It's called research. You get to accumulate this research and you find out what you gotta do and everything about okay, how can I what companies can I go to? What companies can I go to so I can publish my book myself, publish it myself. Okay. And what can I do? What steps I got to take? And write down notes. Take notes. Take copious notes. You know, I, that's what we got the laptops for. Or save it. Save it in a reading folder or something. Where you can go back and read it later. And then you might be on lunch break or something. I want to publish it. Okay, and we already okay. Just take your time, one step at a time. Don't let fear of not having money stop you from creating your business. Okay. Hey, like I said, save up. Save up. That's what I had to do. I had to save up. When it was time for me to publish that book and copyright and create the business. And I had all my money in a row. I did all that in a week. I did all that in a week. Where I got my EIN number. I registered with the state. I went and got my bank accounts. I went and got my everything in a week because it was coming back to me. Everything was coming back to me right behind another. And I went to the bank, started my business. I'm good. But it calls for sacrifice. It really does. And sometimes we are too scared to change. That fear is holding us. And we too scared to change our habits to have anything for the future. You got to get out of that mindset, child. You got to get out that mindset. Sometimes you got to, and then you change the people, places, thing. Get around people that's doing that. Get around people that's actually writing books, creating books, publishing books. Get into these classes. Get into, if you can't afford any classes, get into some of these. They got Clubhouse, they got Facebook groups, they got all kind of stuff that you can't say I can't do something. That word just does not exist anymore. You cannot say that because of all this internet. Okay? You can't say that you cannot do something because you got internet and you got no more excuses. Now, I remember back in the day, as Steve Harvey says, you used to have to go to the library and get the encyclopedia, find out all this information. But now everything is sitting right here. It's in your hands. It's in your hands. All you gotta do is walk to it. Walk through, go and get it. You can't just sit there and not do anything. It's like you had this idea. You got this idea, and you really want to do it. But your habits, your mannerisms, your group, your mindset, the mindset about money, everything's holding you back because you don't want to change nothing about yourself. And you got to change. Fear is holding you back. Fear is holding you captive. And you can't live like that. You can't. It's not gonna work. Life don't work that way. You got to keep moving forward. Look, okay, 20 years ago, I was smoking crack. 20 years ago, I was prostitute. Now I own my own business. I'm a book publisher and I own a TV station, a TV streaming channel. Who would have thought? Because I had perseverance and I really wanted something. I went after it. I ain't listening to nobody because ain't nobody giving me no money. See, that's what it is. And no, stop listening to the opinions of people that ain't helping you financially. Or you ain't gaining no knowledge from them. Stop listening to them people because they don't want nothing. They just want to be in your business and be all up in your business and telling you all the wrong stuff. We have to learn how to block out. Okay, well, no, that I don't, and that's another thing I had to do. I had to stop watching TV. I had to sacrifice my TV time in order to have what I want. In order to have what I want. In order to have what I want, I had to stop watching TV. Yeah, I mean, TV shows is great. That's cool. But I was like, let me go ahead. God led you on my heart to go ahead and, okay, well, create morning word and worship. Okay, all right, Lord, what you want me to talk about? Talk about the goodness of the Lord. You sing worship. That's what your show should be about. That's what God told me. Okay. Then he says, all right, okay, you got Let's Talk Sunday. What's Let's Talk Sunday about? Different various topics. Motivating people, inspiring people, getting them to change their mindsets about themselves and others, and just and then you think about it, son. Think about it, Sunday is come on, let's think. Let's use this up here. Let's use this up here. Let's use this up here for more than a hat rack, as my grandma would say. Use this up here instead of a hat rack, okay? Then you got Arthur's Excerpt Sunday. These are the 4 shows God asked me to produce because that was my assignment. That was my assignment. And I'm following my assignment. So, change your habits, change the people, and places, and things, and change the habits about your money, who you hang around, what's going on. Stop worrying about what Tom, Dick, and Harry, Sue, Jane is doing, and tend to what you got to do. You got a lane, stay in that lane. If your goal is to create $1 million business, I want to do this, that, and the third. All right, do that. Sometimes, no, I ain't know. Sometimes, all the time, you got to sacrifice time. Because time is the one thing you can't get back. Time is the one thing you can't replace. Time is the one thing that you cannot get that back. Once that time is gone, my 50 years is gone. I can't go back and change none of that stuff that happened in the past. I can't. I can't do that. But I can change my future. All right, everybody. I love y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed Let's Talk Sunday. Okay? Don't let fear, don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Okay, babies? I love y'all. And I'll see y'all maybe at 3 o'clock for Think About It Sunday. All right, babies? Okay? And then we're going to come back with at 6 o'clock for Arthur's Excerpt Sunday. I got some stuff to teach you about Arthur's Excerpt Sunday. Okay? All right? We're going to talk about that in some depth. And I will see y'all later. Deuces.